You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is September 17th, 2024 meeting of the LaPorte County Election Board special meeting. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
I call this meeting to order again. LaPorte County Election Board, September 17th, 2:11 p.m. Please stand for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Heather Stevens.
Present.
John Lake.
Present.
Brody Schaffner, I am present. We have a quorum. Is there any amendments to the agenda that anyone wishes to make?
I would like to add the possibility of extra election workers at some of the polls. Maybe we could put that under,
Delivery of under a G.
that'd be fine.
Okay, any others?
Not for me.
Okay.
I
Public-
move.
Oh, make a motion.
Yeah, I move to approve the amended agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Public comment?
That's weird. Rodney McCormick, 617 Union Street. Last week, over the last couple of weeks, there's been rumors going around Michigan City that the clerk of our court, Ms. Stevens, is participating in behavior that's not forthcoming, far as training of inspectors. I would like to hear, since I'm supporting you, and I believe that we are doing a good job here in LaPorte County, I would like for you to at least tell the people, if you can, that does that have any truth to it? They say you're only working with the Republicans and you won't work with the Democrats. Every election we have this nonsense that goes on, and for some reason the LaPorte County Democratic Party like to use their mascot Darrow and his mom to put out bad rumors about people, and it's not right. So if you can put that rumor to rest, we would greatly appreciate it. I don't know what else to say other than look forward to this election and hope it goes smooth. But I think this need to be answered so we can quit the rumors going around and around and around. Thank you.
You guys would you like me to respond?
It's up to you.
Okay. So, first of all, I'm not here to campaign ever. But I will state facts. At our last meeting, this board did move, we all voted, and it was unanimous, that we are going to follow the state statute. And that means we are not requiring every election worker to attend the training. But inspectors, by statute, are required. Every election worker and the public are welcome to attend the trainings. So we are not just training Republicans, we're not just training Democrats, we're following the state statute. Typically what has happened is the inspectors don't get the information that they need because we're trying to teach everything. Well, we're to the point where most of our poll workers, they've had their hands on the electronic poll books. This will be their 6th time. They know what they're doing. They now know that they have to take each voter and select the proper ballot for that voter by their precinct because we moved to vote centers. They get it. We're good. I am also working with Access LaPorte County. I met with Drew White last week, and we are actually going to put together an election worker training video. So we'll be working on that. I think we're going to film that the middle of October, and we'll get it to the county website, and we'll get it on the Facebook page, and we'll get it everywhere so that if you just need a refresher but you don't want to come all the way in, you don't have to. So no, we are not just training certain selected people. Everybody's welcome. That's all I'm going to say.
10-4. Anybody else? Okay. Moving on to old business, early voting locations.
Well, these have been fun. So it was discussed, and it was my understanding that the LaPorte location would be right back here in the county complex. So imagine my surprise when the commissioners didn't want to give it to us, because I was told by a commissioner that we could use it. It's never been put to a vote, but I'm so over it. I just want people to vote. I was told basically to go back to Nate Laux, to go back to Brighton Street. I love the location. Nate's amazing to work with. However, for one of the required Saturdays, the facility was rented out because they got to pay rent on that building, so that's how they do it. This specific location, the one in LaPorte, is very, very touchy. I have a ton of statutes that have to be followed. This has to be an extension of the circuit court clerk's office, and it is required to be open the entire time. I even tried, well, hey, for those 2 Saturdays or for that one Saturday, could we use the mobile voting unit? Yes, we could, but we would have to use it at the same address. Well, if he's got that building rented out, we can't come rolling up with a mobile unit, and Nate's not going to appreciate that, neither are the people that rented the building. So it really came to 8th Street, or not 8th Street, Bright Street is not really an option. So again, we're looking at back here. This morning, I was contacted and asked to go out to the fairgrounds. And if you know where the small project building is out at the fairgrounds, I was taken in there. It's perfect. It is absolutely perfect. Tons of parking. It's ADA compliant. So many outlets. We could fit so many machines in there. There are restroom facilities. There's a small kitchenette for the workers. It's great.
All the dates and times are available?
Everything is available. We will have to move the equipment once. And they do have a secure location that we can move it to. So I'm all for it. I sent pictures to the other board members this morning because I couldn't email them. I don't know. I couldn't print them off in color. So I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'd gotten a call from the commissioner's attorney this morning to discuss, alternatives of using the voting machine or voting van or whatever at the other location. I told him that's not going to work, that you're running this. But I said, we have the fairgrounds. Why can't we use a building out there? I don't understand. And he hadn't thought about that and didn't know. I said, well, there are 2 air-conditioned buildings out there. There's plenty of parking. There's ADA compliant. I know they should be available. So I'm glad sorry to make you go out there, but
No, that's okay.
I'm totally in favor of doing that. I think it's centrally located, so it'll be accessible in the middle of the county.
Yeah.
So that's why I like the fairgrounds, because you can get there, but you don't have to come into the city to try and find parking. There's plenty of parking there, so
Yep.
I'm all in favor of it.
I will say both major parties have buildings nearby.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be sending an email to both party chairs. I would like the signage. I'm just going to ask them to cover up the signs and to not allow a bunch of campaigning to be going on out there. I'd like to see this I want to see everybody very well behaved and say, look, we understand that our buildings are right here, but we're gonna act right and we're not gonna do things. So,
Okay.
but other than that, I'm great.
And so that's what this resolution is for?
That is that resolution. This also will include Michigan City at 8th and Wabash, the Wanata Town Hall, and the Wills Township Community Building. And it will also include, and I know Francine has been working very hard on the mobile unit schedule, but people don't get back to her right away, or she misses their call, or they miss her call, and this does take a lot to put together. So you guys can bear with us on that one.
We're going to need to approve that pretty soon, though, right?
Yes, she's aware.
Okay. Well, and this does expire at the end of the year?
It does. The only other thing, we're required to be open those last 2 Saturdays for 7 hours. We are not required to have all of the locations open, but I think if we're going to have one open, we open them all. And in the spring, we did something a little bit different, and we had some evening hours on Wednesdays. We went noon to 8, but after 6, we did not have one voter the entire time.
Okay.
So I would be comfortable to move Wednesdays from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m.
Okay.
Do we need to vote on this or
Yeah.
motion? I move to accept the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 This is the original copy, if you guys could sign this one.
That was a unanimous vote for the record. What's today's date?
The 17th.
So early voting dates and times, that was pretty much covered, wasn't it?
Yep, that's it.
And election worker training video, you already touched on that.
Did.
Okay. Moving on to new business certification of candidates.
I'm happy if you want to do the certification of the candidates and the ballot all at once,
Sure.
since you're getting those candidates from the ballot.
Yeah. All right. So should I read them?
Yes, please.
Okay. I just want to point out that no one provided me with phonetic spelling. Okay. President and Vice President of the United States, Republican Party Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, Democrat Party Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, Libertarian Chase Oliver and Mike Termat, We the People Party Robert Kennedy Jr. and Nicole Shanahan, U.S. Senator Republican Jim Banks, Democrat Valerie McRae, Libertarian Andrew Horning, Governor and Lieutenant Governor Mike Braun and Micah Beckwith for the Republicans, Democrat Jennifer McCormick and Terry Gooden, Libertarian Donald Rainwater and Tanya Hudson, Attorney General Republican Todd Rokita, Democrat Destiny Wells, U.S. Representative District 1, Republican Randy Niemeyer, Democrat Frank Mervan, Libertarian Dakota Miskus, U.S. Representative District 2, Republican Rudy Yakum, Democrat Lori Camp, Libertarian William Henry, State Senator District 8, Republican Mike Bahachik, Democrat Leon Smith, State Representative District 7, Jake Teshka, Republican, State Representative District 9, Joel Florek, Republican, Patricia Pat Boyd as Democrat, State Representative District 20, Jim Pressel as Republican, Judge of the Circuit Court, 32nd Judicial Circuit, Julianne Havens, Republican. Circuit Court Clerk, Heather Stevens, Republican. Angela Hensman, Democrat. County Auditor, Mike Rosenbaum, Republican. County Recorder, Elsbieta Ella Bilderbach, Republican, and Matthew Sikorsky as Democrat. County Treasurer, Dan Barini as Republican, Joey Winsky, Democrat. County Coroner, Lynn Swanson, Republican, Mark Baker, Democrat. County Surveyor, John,
Mathewson.
how is it?
Mathewson, I think.
Matt Wishon.
Atwishon,
Yeah.
Republican. Anthony Tony Hendricks, Democrat. County Commissioner District 2, Steve Hollifield. I was doing so good too. Steve Hollifield, Republican. Mike Kellums, Democrat. County Commissioner District 3, Joe Haney, Republican. Randy Novak, Democrat. County Council Member at Large, Brett Kessler, Republican. Adam Karanka, Republican. Heather Oak, Republican. Scotty Ford, Democrat. Mike Mullenhauer, Democrat. Johnny Stimley, Democrat. Long Beach Town Clerk, Treasurer, Meg Collins, Independent. Long Beach Town Council Member at Large, Kendra Bartlett, Independent. And all of these are independent. Colleen Lane, Cindy Levy, Anita Rimahas, Joy Schmidt. Thank you. Potawatomi Park Town Council at Large, Republican Robert Wisthoff, Susan Tochel, Democrat.
Joe.
Toshel?
Yeah, I think
that's all right, that'll work. LaPorte Community School Board at Large, Jim Arnold. These are all nonpartisan. Jim Arnold, Monica Beatty, Maria Rhea Carpenter, Ed Gilliland, Tucker King. John Glenn School Board, Johnson Township, Ryan Knowlton, nonpartisan. Liberty Township for John Glenn School Board, Christian Maddox, nonpartisan. And for John Glenn School Board, Polk Township, Jared Egger, nonpartisan. Michigan City Area School Board, Civil City, both nonpartisan, Marty Corley and Rodney McCormick. Michigan City Area School Board, Cool Spring and Pine Townships, all nonpartisan, Jackie Allison, Stacy Benning, Donald Delaney, Susan Fazekas. Michigan City Area School Board, Michigan Springfield Townships, nonpartisan, James Stewart. MSD of New Durham Township at large, Philip Burdine, nonpartisan, and Karen Jettersek, nonpartisan. New Prairie United School Corporation at large, Jill Smith, nonpartisan. New Prairie United School Corporation District 1, Rich Shale, nonpartisan. New Prairie United School Corporation District 3, Philip King and Andrew Oak, both nonpartisan. South Central School Board at large, Jacob Wade, nonpartisan. South Central School Board, Hannah Township, Sherry Shy, nonpartisan, and Michael Sullivan, nonpartisan. South Central School Board, Noble Township, Jerry Grott, nonpartisan. Retention of, do I need to read these too?
Wouldn't hurt.
Okay. Retention of Justice of the Supreme Court of Indiana, Loretta H. Rush. Retention of Justice of the Supreme Court of Indiana, Justice Mark S. Massa. Retention of Justice of the Supreme Court of Indiana, Derek Malter, as well as Rudolph Pyle III for Court of Appeals Judicial Retention 4th District.
You might want to read the public question at the beginning so people know that there's a public question.
Yeah.
And the public question, shall the Constitution of the State of Indiana be amended to remove the State Superintendent of Public Instruction from the list of office holders who shall discharge the powers and duties of the governor if the office of the governor and lieutenant governor are both vacant?
The only correction that I see that needs to be made, Susan Tischel is running for the town clerk treasurer. And I think that this was actually corrected on the ballot. I printed off the old version, so my apologies. But it has been corrected on our actual ballot.
I was going to say, I thought she was the treasurer.
She is.
There. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know she was running.
So Robert Wistoff would be running unopposed?
Correct.
Okay.
She'll be running unopposed then.
Yep.
And she'll be running as the...
Yeah. So with those corrections made, I'm happy to.
I'd move to accept the ballot with the amended there. In the Potawatomi Park Town Council and Treasurer.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that was unanimous. Okay. Approval of vote centers.
I would move to keep our vote centers just as they were in the spring. I don't believe that anything has changed for election day. And that is the same list that you guys have.
Very good.
Do you want to read them?
I need to read them off. If anyone would like a copy, I'm just kidding, I'll read them. Center Volunteer Fire Department, this is all LaPorte. Agape Church, Cummings Lodge, Scipio Volunteer Fire Department, Red Mill County Park, Heston Hills Conference Center, 210 Brighton Street, Civic Auditorium, Pleasant Township Volunteer Fire Department, Presbyterian Church, and the Moose Lodge. Long Beach Community Center, Garfield Street location. Those are two separate. Michiana Shores, we have Michiana Shores Volunteer Fire Department and the Grace Learning Center. Michigan City, we have the Cool Spring Volunteer Fire Department, the Apostolic Lighthouse Church, the John Franklin Miller American Legion, the Wexford Community Center, the IBEW NECA Center, the Faith City Assembly of God, the Greater Powerhouse Church, the MC Fire Training Center, and that's all for Michigan City. For Hannah, we have the Hannah United Methodist Church, the Prairie Township Community Center. For Kingsbury, we have the Kingsbury Volunteer Fire Department. For Kingsford Heights, we have the Kingsford Heights Union Volunteer Fire Department. For La Crosse, we have the Center of La Crosse. We have a couple more for Michigan City Fish and Game Club, and the Springfield Volunteer Fire Department. Hudson Lake, we have Monroe's Crossing. Rolling Prairie, we have Kankakee Volunteer Fire Department and the Wills Community Center. And finally, Union Mills, we have the Union Mills Conservation Club. Oh, that was not final. Walkerton, Johnson Township Community Center, and the Lincoln Township Community Center. Wanata, Salem United Church of Christ. And finally, Westville, American Legion for Westville. Thank you.
Motion to approve the 2024 general election vote center locations.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That was unanimous for the record. Delivery of election equipment, early voting.
So I actually brought over one of the new cases. And it's sitting right up here. This is what we're delivering this time. This is why we have to deliver. This is not gonna fit in a lot of vehicles, so, for early voting, I think that this board could probably get the equipment out to the early voting locations. I think we could handle it.
Okay.
Brody will work really hard. And then I think for the general, we're gonna need help because to get some of this equipment out to 38 vote center locations is gonna be a pretty big task. And after I move about 2 or 3 of those, I'm exhausted. So, my plan for early voting is you guys, for the most part. If we need help, we can get help, but
When do those need done by?
before October 8th.
Okay.
And then the plan for the vote center locations would be 2 to 3 days before election day, and I'm looking at getting three box trucks and 3 teams together. So, and then I don't know that we really have to vote on that. I just wanted you guys to know what was going on in my head in case you guys had other ideas.
Thanks for letting me know I'll be sick that day.
No.
Depends on when we're gonna do it, because I got trials, so.
Send a proxy.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah, I sent Brody.
And it goes for
Sending Brody.
it goes for vote centers as well, right?
Yeah.
Like we're gonna be a part of that team.
If you can, and if
Okay.
not, I mean, it doesn't have to be the board. You guys can tell me, hey, put teams together and get it out there, and that's
Okay.
fine. I can do that too.
We're gonna have to do it on a weekend.
Yeah.
Is this something that can come out of our budget to hire people to move these things? I mean, rather.
2 men in a truck.
Yeah, I'm saying. Well, I'm
Anybody in
just.
the office.
What I'm thinking of is if these things are that heavy, we don't need somebody getting workers' comp or getting hurt or something like
Bingo.
that. So, I mean, are we going to pay? I'd make a motion to pay somebody to move these things, make sure that they get there. And you.
Do we have a budget?
I don't know. Well, we can ask for one,
Yeah.
or I'll delegate it to the commissioners
We
to do
have
it.
a budget.
The commissioners couldn't even get us this location
I know.
today. I mean,
I'm kind of being facetious
Yeah,
about
no.
that. So, but
It's more just how much over budget are we gonna go and have to go ask for after this election?
well, I'm just saying the additional. I mean, obviously these things are pretty big.
They're huge. And these were
I'm not
not.
worried about early voting. I'm worried about
I'm worried about election day.
If it's just us 3.
Yeah, there's just. I mean, with everything else,
I agree.
because I know that I've got the 28th of October, 29th. I've got 2 trials in 2 different courts that are both going. So I got to figure somebody to cover me, and then so I'm going to be swamped that week and the weeks before. But you were already asking about additional election workers on election day. Can we double task these people that we bring out and have them pay them whatever to deliver these
Well,
things?
I think as long as it's a Democrat and a Republican together, and keep in mind,
Well, obviously the integrity. I don't want anybody just coming out and playing with the machine.
correct.
But I'm saying you'd have to vet them.
They're gonna be, we're gonna handle it properly. And when we send this equipment out, I know that there's nothing you can do to that machine unless you have the cards and know how to start it.
Okay.
I and a printer. You
Right.
can't start that machine. I know that. The public does not know that. So every machine that we send out, actually every piece of equipment that we send out, will be sealed. We will have the seal numbers. Our poll workers on the morning of the election are going to initial that, yes, this is the seal number that was on that seal when I broke it. So I'm big on the checks and balances, and so we're putting all of that into place. Same thing when we have to go pick it up, because we're gonna have to go pick it up after the election.
So we can figure this out later, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want you guys on the same page.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Extra election workers.
So some of our vote centers last year, and this was really the first time, like the spring was the first time that it was county-wide. So we weren't really sure where the hot spots were gonna be. I knew on a lot of them. I was surprised on a couple. Some of these locations, oh my goodness, they were slammed, and others really weren't. But for those busier locations, if we can fit more machines in there, my goal is to keep the lines down. I do expect to have lines this fall, but I want to keep them moving. And I think if we have additional judges, and your judge is the person that takes the person up to the machine and starts their ballot, gets their ballot pulled up for them. If we can keep that moving, I think we're going to be in way better shape. We do have to have a balance at the polls, so we wouldn't be putting one additional judge. We would be putting two, a Democrat and a Republican. The pay for those I would keep the same at the $230, and that, I'm sorry, at $200. So we have what's called our lead judge. This time, the inspector's a Republican, and our lead judge is Democrat. That lead judge, that Democrat judge, gets paid an extra $30 because they have to come bring stuff back and forth from the courthouse and things like that. So they make a little bit more. So I would think if we're going to put two additional judges, that they would both make the same amount, because they're not going to have to come back. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they would all be that $200 range.
So you're suggesting putting people, obviously you put the numbers here.
I put exactly how many people voted at each vote center in the spring.
So it looks like there's 5 locations with 400 or more.
Probably a couple more than that, but
I just counted them.
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe there's 6.
Yeah, with Kankakee.
5, 6. So maybe just those with the 400 or more. Because there's only one that has even over 350,
Yeah.
which is Scipio. So either include Scipio in there or don't.
I'd say anything over 350.
350.
I would, because you gotta, this is the spring,
That was the
Right.
spring.
and this is
that's
not the general election. A lot of people don't like to vote in the spring.
because they don't want to select a ballot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
I would,
We have enough people for that?
I think we could.
Okay.
I think we could find them, right?
So then that would be 7. 7. Okay.
7 locations, and it's just the 2 extra judges, both making the $200. So you guys will have to decide. Like, they'll have to decide who that lead judge is and who's a regular judge.
Okay. And we're gonna do more numbers anyway to fine tune this for the next time anyway, so that's good. Just thinking down the line.
Okay.
yeah, once we get we see the fall.
So specifically that Center Volunteer Fire Department, Agape Church, Cummings Lodge, Scipio Fire Department, Presbyterian Church, Cool Spring Fire Department, and
Kankakee.
Kankakee. Right?
Cool Spring, Kankakee. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Do you need a motion for
I
that?
don't think so.
Okay.
Again, just
Just a logistics issue?
yep.
Sounds good to me. Any other new business? I don't think so.
Not for me.
Board member comments? You want to start?
No, I don't have
No?
any comments.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it quick. We do have the LaPorte County Election Board Facebook page up and running. Good job, Taylor. She's basically anything that's going on, she's putting it out there. When we had the sound issue at the beginning of this meeting, said, "Hey Taylor, can you post it from the LaPorte County Election Board's Facebook page that we're having some technical difficulties?" So that's nice. I'm glad the early voting is done. This has been very stressful. So glad it's over. So thanks for,
Do you have the dates again for the trainings? Are those all set?
October
They're set.
28th, 29th, 30th,
And then October 7th is the, whatever, was it 7th or
2nd,
2nd?
10
For when they're coming and voting,
10 a.m. October 2nd.
yeah, we have proxy. I'm not gonna be here for those. When they test the
October
machines.
1st.
That's October 1st.
Yes,
I
yes.
just wanna make sure that the dates, that I got the dates right. So-
Yeah.
You got the 28th and all that?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be there.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I'm in
I can
trial.
put that in an email to you guys, if that will help
Alright.
you.
Yeah, just so I can forward it, because I
Okay.
was asked again by my proxy, and I was
That's
just
fine.
like, it's the dates I already gave you, but I just want to confirm while I'm here that those are the right days.
Okay.
And times.
Yep.
If anybody wants to be my proxy, just come see me after the meeting. You all done?
Offering.
I'm done.
My comment is get out and vote. We're gonna have to bust our backs for this election, so better see you there. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.